You all remember sometimes, some 11 days ago, the restrained national chairman of Labour Party, Julius Abure, was on air where he laced with falsehood through an interview granted to the press about the situation of things in Labour Party. And it is therefore expedient for us to set the record straight so that Nigerians will know who is saying the truth and who is not saying the truth. Among what he said that day was that the police has cleared him of perjury, forgery, and criminal conspiracy. I have with me here document that he publicly presented to the press. One on Ezeoko and the other on Murphy Imaseun. Ezeoko happened to be a gubernatorial candidate in Ebonyi in the last 2023 general election, while Murphy Imaseun was our House of Rep candidate in Edo State. But for us, we won't delve much into this because Abure, we know, is a criminal and a forger, and we believe he must have forged this document because there are certain contradictory statements here as written. I've given it to the press. Please, you can go. The fair document says on the expert, they said that Murphy Imaseun challenged his substitution in court. And the case went up to Supreme Court and he was declared as a candidate of Labour Party in Orio 1 Umwode constituency. And that controversy has resolved that issue in contention. Now, they now proceed to legal opinion. The police here, according to what Abure submitted, said Murphy Paul Imaseun and Iwe Iku Oyenwen be charged for offenses of criminal conspiracy and giving false information to mislead the public servant, contrary to Section 97 and 178 of the Penal Code. What they wrote here was also what was written in the other one. But we want to make something very clear, that we do not believe this document here emanated from the Office of the General Police. Because they said the complainant here is Murphy. Labour Party did not complain to the Commissioner of Police Escort. Our complaint was forwarded to the then Inspector General of Police, who directed the DIG, Fort Headquarters, Mr. Abatunde Kukumo, to investigate the matter. And that matter had been conclusively concluded that a prima facie case had been established against Abure for forgery, perjury, and criminal conspiracy. Now, if a DIG has given us a certified true copy of the police investigation report, also that report was also duly certified by the FCTI court. I kept wondering if truly this document came from the police. A matter that had been decided by the DIG cannot be reopened by a Deputy Commissioner of Police. So if Abure is saying the police gave him, we therefore urge the police to carry out this arrest. They should carry out this arrest when even themselves said Supreme Court has decided on this matter. I want to make it very clear, we are not in a banana republic where anybody will just chunk out document purported to come from police. The President of Nigeria cannot invalidate even the judgment of customary court. The Inspector General of Police cannot invalidate the judgment of a court. What an insult for anybody to come out and be telling Nigerians that one DCP or Isoba or Eide, we don't know the person and we are not sure the person signed the document because we know Abure is a criminal. Why on earth will the police conclude that the matter has been decided by the Supreme Court, and in the judgment Supreme Court confirmed Abure false signature? So they were now telling us that our law justices, they don't know what they are doing. So police will now consider themselves as an appellate court over judgment of a Supreme Court. This is a surprise, and we'll be calling on the Police Service Commission. We'll also be calling on the FCC, and we'll also be asking the Attorney General, they need to verify the authenticity of the document. Because no police will tell you they want to review judgment of a Supreme Court. No police will tell you they want to review it. So if you want to charge somebody for criminal conspiracy, which court are you taking the person to? When even the higher court, the highest court in the land, has confirmed that that document was forged. What Abure forged, which they didn't place here, was a letter of voluntary withdrawal written on the 8th of July 2022 to INEC, where he put the seal of a judge, commissioner for oath, and he submitted them to INEC in line with Section 33 of the Electoral Act. We were not the one that submitted it. But he also did the same for Ezeoko. Look at the seal of the court, the judge, commissioner for oath, and he even forged his own treasury single account against the federal government. How will Abure manage to create his own account? We now proceeded. We wrote to the court because in the Evidence Act, I am not surprised because Abure attended all the evening law school, which MBA needed to even look into. Lawyers that attended evening law school need to be cross-checked because for Abure to have known that in the Evidence Act, we wrote to the court through our lawyer, and this is the receipt for the payment. We are not like him that forged the receipt. Lawal Fumilola, Director Commissioner for Oath Department for the Registrar, said, your letter dated 3rd of November 2022 in respect about subject matter refers. I write to inform you that after careful investigation conducted by the court in respect of the attached copy of letter of voluntary withdrawal, revealed that the government was not sworn in before a commissioner for oath in this court. It was not sworn in. And a policeman will now be writing to us, will be putting out a public document that document was not forged. So, they are now the court. Because Lawal Fumilola, this is a certified true copy. So where did Abure get the seal of the court? This is what we are saying. The question of, oh, I didn't sign their signature or they signed. It's none of our business. Our business is this. You took this document to a government institution, purportedly to come from a government institution, and you deceived INEC to believe these documents were from them. But because even we as a non-lawyer, we know how to present our case, we wrote to the court, and the court replied us on 8th day of November. This is a certified true copy that the document they were forged. I think we don't need any other thing beyond that because the institution that issued it has confirmed it that it is forged. We were not the one that wrote this letter. So if the police are not aware, they had better ask him or they contact Lawal Fumilola, the Director of Communication for all department. Or better see our lawyer will forward them with it. Though, like I said, we have a very fine gentleman as Inspector General of Police. The person they said is signing, we don't know. Because if Abure can forge the seal, signature of a judge, I know he can forge the signature of the President of Federal Government of Nigeria. So I know he can do it. So we want to believe the police need to open investigation into this act. Because this is an economic saboteur, conduct like this, that you will be forging government documents, such a person cannot be leading Labour Party. And that was why we now proceeded to court with all these documents, and Abure was restrained from parading himself. That was the reason why he went to court. We don't have any business with his matter in Benin. Our issue before the court in Abuja was that we presented all these documents, and the court found favor in our document, and Abure was now restrained, and that is another is he subsisting. Though he has filed appeal has been heard, but judgment has not been given. And we also want to make it very clear, Abure lied that he had a judgment of a federal court in that press conference from Edo State. He has a judgment that has set aside the judgment of the FCTI court. I think the Chief Justice of Nigeria need to look into Edo, because it's very obvious that Abure have pocketed the judiciary in Edo State. Every matter that happens, Abure will run to Edo State to go and get judgment. We don't know whether Abure is the registrar or is the chief judge of Edo State Judiciary. I think the Chief Justice of Nigeria need to look into that, because we know no court can set aside the judgment of another court, except that court itself or an higher court. I am not a lawyer, and I stand on to be corrected. You cannot say you have gone to High Court in Edo State. They will now set aside the judgment of FCTI court when you know fully well that you have even appealed against that judgment through an SAN, through his own SAN, and let the gentleman. I think all of them need to just, lecture this guy, though he went to evening law school. I don't even know whether, he went to evening university to learn his law, but I'm not even sure whether he attended law school. I think that would be the function of the President of the Nigeria Bar Association, to carefully investigate this character so that they will not be impugning on the integrity of that very noble organization. In our own, this is the copy of the police investigative report concerning Abure, and I've given you paragraph 4 said, recommendation. From the investigation conducted so far, a prima facie case of conspiracy, forgery has been established against the suspect. It is the police that said this. So, if he's saying this was in March, if he's now coming back to say, the commissioner for escort has now reinvestigated the matter, we don't know who is the complainant, except he's going to tell us it is the police that are the complainant, why he is the defendant. For us, we do not know. On the INEC side, when we presented the copy of the judgment on the 11th of April, after the restraining order, Chief S.O. Onoja, SAN, was the signatory to this letter we wrote to INEC on the 11th. And myself and National Legal Advisor, we took this letter there. It was received. We now took it to Toyin Babalola. He was the acting director of legal, now retired. Abure's name is still on INEC portal today because we were unable to raise $150,000 for Toyin Babalola. I repeat, Abure's name is on the portal today of INEC because the former director, acting director of legal, compromises her position. She's one of the most corrupt women we have ever known. She refused vehemently that we have to produce $150,000 because if she suspects we are working for Tinubu. How are we working for Tinubu when we presented document for you and we gave her this? She said she will not obey it because as far as she's concerned, it is not in most of civil servant character to wait for their remuneration after retirement. But we should go and bring $150,000, which we told her we don't have. So I am calling on INEC and the code of conduct. They need to record that woman from retirement. She should come and declare her asset. Because I know for a woman like that, she must have done a lot also for other people. And if she wants to go to court, she's free. But we want her to write petition to the police so that all of us will go there and explain ourselves. But I know that we have big problem with that department in our time. But to the chairman of INEC, let me state the category that the current legal department are doing what they were supposed to do. We do not have any problem with them. But during that woman, it was a hell of a story and hell of an association because we couldn't get anything done through her except you are able to part with money. Because she claimed Abure is paying heavily, we also have to pay. That is our reason there. And therefore, that was the reason why she refused to obey this order. We have it on record. It was submitted to Independent and Electoral Commission. And all of you remember, there was a case of an assemblyman upon which even the now chairman of finance was convicted until when the man now filed appeal. It was this same woman that caused it to give certificate of return to someone. She will not until when the person went to court just in order to tarnish the name of the chairman of the commission, who, out of his way now, managed to get himself out of that place, of the old quagmire. Everybody will Google it. You see, there was a time the man was convicted. It was the same legal department, because when letter come and you are hiding it from your boss, how do you expect, the chairman of the commission to act decisively on it? So, for us,